let's mix up some sourdough bread. Today I'm going to be making 3 loaves, so I'm gonna times everything by 3. So let's get started. First, you are going to need a food scale and a bowl. Go ahead and get your bowl on your food scale and then zero it out. So I am starting off with 1,000 grams of water, and I do warm my water to about 82 degrees. Go ahead and zero out your scale. And then here I have my active starter. I fed it this morning. It's been about 4 hours and it is happy and ready to use. And I'm gonna use 270 grams of this. Remove your bowl from your scale, otherwise you will get yelled at by people on the internet. And then go ahead and whisk this together until it's kind of frothy. So you'll see just like nice bubbles in there. Add your bowl back to your scale and then zero it out again. Next, I'm gonna add 1,425 grams of bread flour. Then next we'll add 27 grams of salt. Now you're just gonna go ahead and start mixing this. You can use a Danish whisk or a fork. So now that my dough looks like this, I'm going to scrape down the sides, mix it so I get all that extra flour off the side of my bowl. And then once I have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and knead this by hand for 3 to 5 minutes. We wanna make sure we don't have any clumps of flour and that it's incorporated really well together. Okay, so now I have this mixed up pretty good. I always go back through and scrape down those sides again. And then I do temperature check my dough. I like to know what my dough temperature is when I start and then at my last stretch and fold. Remember, bulk fermentation starts once you mix your dough and your starter's mixed in. And now I'm going to cover this, let it rest for 30 minutes and come back and do 3 rounds of stretch and folds. So it has been 30 minutes and we are going to start our stretch and folds. When I actually do more than 1 loaf of bread at a time, I actually prefer to do coil folds. So we are going to do some coil folds. You do want to make sure your hands are wet. So you're going to grab underneath your dough and you're kind of just going to stretch it up in the middle more and then fold it over and then like tuck it under. And then I'll switch it on the other side, get my hands a little bit more wet. This first round is always definitely more sticky than the last 2 rounds. Turn your bowl, and then I'm just gonna do it on this side too. And I just do this a couple times each way until you get all your coil folds done. And you will notice as this goes on, your dough is gonna look smoother and look better and less sticky. Okay, so I'm going to cover and I'll come back in another 30 minutes and do another round. So it has been another 30 minutes, so we're gonna do our second round of coil folds. And I already wet my hands, and you will notice your dough is just not as sticky this time. So again, we're gonna take it, pull it up. You see how much smoother that is this time? And then fold it under. Turn your bowl around the other way, and then do one each this way too. It comes off your bowl so much easier with every coil fold you're gonna do. There we go, looking nice and smooth. I'm going to cover it again, wait another 30 minutes, and come and do my last round of coil folds. I am going to complete my last round of coil folds. You'll notice, look how smooth this looks. Go ahead and pull up on it, let that fold under. Look how smooth that is. And then I'm going to go ahead and take another temperature of my dough. So it looks like my dough is reading 76 degrees. It's going to take about 7 hours for it to bulk ferment, and bulk fermentation starts once you mix your starter into your dough. So I'm going to set this on my countertop, give it a good 7 hours to bulk ferment, and then I'll come back and shape it into my 3 loaves. So my dough is done and ready to be shaped now. So I'm going to show you how I shape this. Remember, I did make 3 loaves, but I'll just show you how I shape one of them because I shaped them all the same way. First of all, I'm going to get this divided into the 3 loaves. Sprinkle your countertop with some flour, and then we are going to get this dough out on the countertop. And you kind of just want to let gravity do its thing. And there we go. And I'm just going to divide this into 3. Okay, so these are all 3 going to be blueberry lemon flavor. So what I'm going to do is just pull my dough out to a rectangle. So now that I have it pulled out to a rectangle, I have zested some lemon. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this lemon and put on the middle of this and kind of just spread it around. And then next I have some fresh blueberries and we are going to put these in there. And then we'll take a third of this and fold it inwards. And then we're gonna repeat this and put some more lemon zest and then more blueberries. And then go ahead and fold this other third over. And then we will add more lemon zest to this layer and more blueberries. And then starting with the end closest to you, you're going to start rolling up your dough. And the blueberries are gonna try to run away. Then go ahead and tuck it under and kind of pull it back on your countertop and then push, pull, push, pull. And that's just gonna develop some tension on your dough to finish shaping it. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna take my banneton basket and add some flour in it, and then I'm just gonna put some flour on top of my dough. Go ahead and pick up your dough, place it in your banneton basket, and then I cover it with a shower cap, and I'm going to place this in the fridge and I will cook it tomorrow morning. It's the next day and it's time to bake both of these loaves. They're both blueberry lemon, and I'm going to show you how I double bake these in my oven. First thing, get 2 pieces of parchment paper, and then we're going to get our dough out on our parchment paper. We're gonna go ahead and score both of them. Move these to the side. So I did preheat my oven to 450 degrees with both of my Dutch ovens in it. Add your dough to your Dutch oven. I do add 1 to 2 ice cubes per Dutch oven. This is optional if you want to do it. All it does is help create some steam and help them rise. So now let's get these in the oven. And there we go, they are both done. I'll go ahead and put the full recipe down below, but follow me for more sourdough recipes.